everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Collection Comic of the Week. It is the month of November, and there are 5 Sundays in the month of November here in 2020. And I thought that since we have 5 Sundays and 5 different Collection Comic of the Week episodes, we would visit the run that got me started collecting comics again and has gotten me to continue to this very day. And that is the New 52. That's right, this is New 52 November. A controversial sort of event, or longer than an event for DC Comics, where they essentially rebooted everything from the ground up. Some people enjoyed it, some people did not. But it gave me the jumping on point to get back into reading not just DC Comics, but Marvel, found the independent books. It was what fueled my current streak of collecting comics. So for the first collection comic of the week of New 52 November, I'm going with the book that started it all, Justice League #1 in the New 52. This was written by Geoff Johns, art by Jim Lee. This was kind of what kicked off the New 52. This is what set up the New 52 universe. Again, a lot of the people that had been reading DC Comics regularly felt that this was a bad idea. And, you know, but I also feel like for people like me that had wanted to get back into reading comics, you know, by 2011, I had the job, to where I could, at least get a few books that I wanted to read and get them on a regular basis. And I knew I knew where comic shops were then. I knew, at least, if I didn't know where a comic shop was, I knew where I could get a subscription on the internet, but I just had no way of jumping in. This was pretty good for me, and it's helped, in my opinion, it has helped, at least at that time, helped a lot of lapsed readers come in. And it's helped me continue to buy comics to this day. So I enjoyed it, and let's take a look at the book that started it all. First of all, take a look at the cover here. I know a lot of people have said this is just a generic cover, but I'm a Jim Lee artwork fan, and this is like, this is classic DC. This is everyone right here, drawn by Jim Lee, and I dig it. It's a just amazing cover. Open it up. Being very careful with this one. Being very careful. Yeah. You got people pissed off at Batman. Just kind of, this is just pretty much bringing in, like introducing the universe. Because at this point the heroes had never met, and the only thing I didn't like about this is, they made Green Lantern obnoxious to like the next level of being a douche. Like, I love Green Lantern, I love Batman, and even in the previous continuity, they had a huge clash of philosophies and egos, but they just, for some of the wrestling fans that are watching the comic videos, they kind of made Green Lantern almost like in the Miz or an MJF to a point to where it was just like he was so douchey, so unlikable. Maybe it was back here. Refers to himself in the third lantern, or the third person. Green Lantern got this. Green Lantern's gonna take care of this, and it's like, what the fuck? And another one of my favorites in the New 52 run that I picked up, the Flash during the advertisement. Yeah, and you have him. I get, you kind of have him be a douchebag for the sake of, seeing him get his comeuppance in certain places, but you see Darkseid right there. This whole thing was leading up to Darkseid, and if you're gonna reboot the DC universe and do a Justice League story, you need to come out of the gate with Darkseid. They should have been doing that in the DC Extended Universe right now, but alas, they did not. It's another short-lived series. I no longer have the books. I ended up needing some cash, and I ended up selling the whole run that I had of this. The Batman the Dark Knight imprint. No longer going now, but I end up, for some reason, I don't know, I wanted to pick this one up, and I chose this one over the Batman proper title, which I lived to regret, and had to go hunt down the first few issues of that once I realized how good just Batman was on its own. But I did have these as part of the New 52 run, and later sold them because I needed money to fix things and to buy groceries and stuff. Got more action here. Green Lantern. I did get the Green Lantern run by Geoff Johns, where Geoff Johns would kind of end his history-making Green Lantern series in the New 52. And yeah. It's more action. Did not get this. Wish I would have got this because I love George Perez and love George Perez art. This might be one of the... I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on this, but this might have been one of the last major runs on anything that Mr. Perez did, so that would have been cool to get that from the onset. More stuff. Always thought the constructs were cool, and I really liked seeing Jim Lee's take on all the Green Lantern constructs. Haven't checked this out yet. Definitely want to because I'm a Brian Azzarello fan. And basically, yeah, Hal gets his ass whipped, and we get introduced to Superman. And there's Aquaman, which I didn't pick up because I, at the time, thought Aquaman was lame, but reading the trade paperbacks of Aquaman from the New 52, it's some of the best comics you'll ever read. It was just pretty damn awesome. So, yeah, this was the start of me collecting comics again, and it all started right here with being very delicate. New 52 Justice League, issue 1. You know, like I said earlier, this was a very controversial thing to do. A lot of people that had been following DC Comics the whole time thought this was stupid and dumb, and it, you know, and maybe in the long run it did hurt DC, because I know a lot of those fans that were on board with DC took that personally, and it kind of soured their love of the imprint and the comics themselves. But on the flip side, every company does reboots and gimmicks like this all the time. It's just kind of, for better or worse, this is part of the comic book industry now. On the better side of things, if it was not for this and the subsequent New 52 run, I probably wouldn't be reading comics on the regular like I would. You know, be able to, as they've rebooted and changed and retconned and done everything everywhere through comics nowadays, being able to jump on board with something, jump on board with a new continuity, be able to read all the stories and not be lost just picking up a book, it was good, and it's, you know, it's kept me buying comics to this day. It kept me, you know, went from buying online like I did with this one to now being able to support local shops, have pull lists through my local comic stores, and yeah, that's, you know, speaking just for myself, I liked the New 52. I thought there was I thought it did more good than harm, but I don't know. Some people disagree. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments section below. Do you also own this particular book? Also let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books, from the world of pro wrestling, anime, gaming, and all things geek culture. Go follow me on my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter @athletic_geek89, Instagram @athleticgeek89. If you'd like to help improve the quality of the channel and would like to donate financially, make your donation on Patreon, patreon.com/athleticgeek89. But on that, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Later.